All your favorite wrestling shows rolled into one. Welcome to the WeBook It podcast. Let's start the show.
Hello and good evening on this Tuesday edition of Monday Night Raw Dog. As you know, football season is here and sometimes we get preoccupied with Monday Night Football, so we apologize for the delay, but we digress. We thank you all for hanging with us. Welcome to another edition of Monday Night Raw Dog. I am your host, Coach, and we are joined once again by a great producer, one of the best. His name is Big Daddy C.
What's going on, good people? What's going on, Coach? Yeah, last night was pretty interesting. I'm a Bears fan, so of course the Bears are playing a rival Monday Night Football opening night at home against the Vikings. We had a nice little solid lead, and we choked it in the fourth quarter. And so, yeah, I was not mentally prepared to record last night. And so I'm in a better state of mind now. We didn't get embarrassed on national television, so I can at least say that. We got to clean up a lot of things, offense, defense, wet the bed late. We got to clean that up as well. But early on in the season, it's week one. Can't get too down on the season, even though I go into every Bears season with little to no expectations. It helps me deal with the disappointment that easier. So, but let's talk some wrestling. We had some interesting things happen last night. So yeah, take it away, Coach.
All right. So yes, we start things out with the Usos coming to the ring together. And interesting tidbit here. The last time they were in action as a team was before WrestleMania on Raw back on March 24th when they defeated Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, who are no longer a team. But it was nice to see the Usos coming out together through the crowd nonetheless. But, of course, before they could say anything, you got Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed interrupting. The couple of heated words, couple heated exchanges, but it eventually leads to an attack. But after that, it was actually LA Knight who came through and attacked Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, and then that's when chaos ensued. But it was a nice, simple way to start out Monday Night Raw, and just really nice to see the Usos back together. They just have, I'm hoping they would have good chemistry. They're twins, for crying out loud. But it's effortless, and it's so nice to see. And you could see Jey even got Jimmy to break character for a brief second with some of the things they were saying. So is this the usual way we start out Raw? Kind of. But it was something a little bit different. And I kind of liked it. It was a nice start to the show. What do you think there, C?
Oh, I liked it. Kind of brings in another ally. Well, his main ally, somebody he can trust, at least now. Somebody that he's been a battle with, been a battle against, won countless tag team championships, been in this thing for about 15 years now, close to. And so it's always good to see them two back at it. I think it's time more so than ever to bring it back and for a bigger cause and help take down the vision. And so yeah, I was glad to see them two back in the ring, cutting their promos like the old days. So I'm hoping the Braun twins get taken to the Uso penitentiary one time for the fun time. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, I enjoyed the segment.
All right, so then moving on to our first match of the night, it is AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano. However, before the match, AJ Styles cut a promo that was not seen in the US. It was only seen for our international audiences that were on Netflix, basically talking about how somebody in WWE doesn't want him around. Now, a lot of people are speculating that this was a shoot promo. I don't think it is. AJ is a professional that wouldn't do that. He's not one to do that. So this is definitely becoming part of a storyline, and it makes me curious. But as we get to the match, Styles came out red hot. He was looking to really get revenge against Americano for interfering with him in Paris last week against Dom for the IC championship. However, a second El Grande Americano came back and helped the first one, the one in the ring. There was one outside the ring. There was another one in the ring. So the Americano in the ring got control. And then when the second Americano outside the ring was coming back in, Dragon Lee came through and got the save for AJ, allowing Styles to hit the Styles Clash for the win. And it's weird that this match didn't seem that great technical-wise, storytelling-wise, it felt a little rushed. I want to give props to Joe Tessitore on commentary because he made that match more than it should have been. And people are realizing that now, that he is really coming into his own as a WWE commentator, and he is taking over Monday Night Raw for the next couple of weeks while Michael Cole goes over to SmackDown, assuming this is because Joe Tessitore works football on the weekends for ESPN. Allowing that switch gives him some time to stay with his ESPN job while also fulfilling his WWE duties. And I think it works. I like the switch up every now and then, and it makes sense. But yeah, Tessitore made that match mean more than it actually did. And I give props to him for making that match so much more. See what you think of the promo from Styles and this match.
Oh, the promo from Styles was it was a bit shocking. I think they say there is, even with jokes, there's always some truth in them, and I feel like even with a work shoot, there is some, like I said, it's some truth in there somewhere in terms of the feelings. And I'm pretty sure he may really feel a certain type of way, like, hey, like, just we just got to agree on a new contract for another year or so, and basically, why am I being booked to lose and all this other, like, it's like things like that, or like my friends aren't here, I'm over here getting jumped, left and right. Somebody's always interfering in my matches and all this other stuff. So I get it from that standpoint. Does add like another layer, add some, some extra drama to it. So I don't know what the end game is for AJ and Dom. We just got to wait for it to play out. I will hope that he eventually wins the Intercontinental Championship so he can finally become a Grand Slam. It'd be Triple Crown, right? Or is it Grand Slam?
No, he'd be Grand Slam.
Grand Slam, okay. Because he's won at least two different championships, two different world championships. So, or because you got to win both mid-card titles, tag team titles, and at least one of the world championships. That's right. Okay. All right. So yeah, he wins the IC title, finally gets the Grand Slam. So I'm hoping that he does that before he calls it quits, or at least leaves WWE and goes back to TNA or possibly AEW, who knows. But yeah, I enjoyed that. And then the match itself, like you said, left a lot to be desired, but in terms of like the commentary by Joe Tessitore, like it made it a lot more interesting to keep staying tuned to. And then I didn't know about the whole thing, his situation with him, because he calls college football, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't realize. I forgot about that, honestly. And so it's good that they were willing to work with him, Triple H and them and TKO, and also Michael Cole willing to sacrifice being on Monday Night Raw to go to SmackDown. Even though SmackDown is pretty much his home, he started on SmackDown. So, well, technically Raw, but in terms of commentary, he started on SmackDown. But yeah, so it's nothing for him. And so I'm pretty sure Joe would add a little bit of extra flavor to Monday Night Raw, especially with all this stuff going on with AJ and everybody, both AJs and CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Becky. And so he'll add that, add a little bit of spark to the commentary team. And I believe Corey Graves still in Raw too.
Still Corey, yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that'll be a good team for the time being. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
All right, we go to our next match, which is Lyra Valkyria versus Raquel Rodriguez. And I've said this before on our Sunday pod, but Raquel has really thrived the last few months or so, ever since Kevin Nash kind of called her out, gave some constructive criticism. She has really taken that to heart, and she is finally looking like how she should have been looking like ever since she first came onto the main roster. She did a fantastic job, and Lyra did a great job selling. And then how about Lyra with the powerbomb tours, where she was literally hanging on to Raquel and then finally got her feet down to lay her out. This was a very, very underrated match of the night, I thought. But either way, back and forth happen. Of course, Roxanne comes out for a distraction. Valkyria gets distracted. Tejana bomb for the win. Raquel moves on. But again, really, really good match. And I just keep on being impressed with Raquel each week she has been on TV in a match. See, what'd you think?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Raquel, the talent was always there. Even back from NXT, like she was this powerhouse. Like she was dominating NXT as NXT Women's Champion. And, there was a lot of promise for her, to move up to the main roster before they decided to, pair her they had already paired her with Dakota Kai. But even after that, there was a lot of promises. Just she dealt with some injuries, and I know she had that one situation, the whole skin condition that kept her out. But I mean, we're starting to see now, where she's at now. Especially in tag team division, I think that's best for her right now. Because I know they tried to put her in the the title picture, at least the main women's title picture, going against Rhea Ripley and whoever else was champions at the time. But I think it just wasn't her time yet. I think down the line, I think she'll be ready. But I think right now, like you said with Kevin Nash calling her, I think she's kind of like she can be that, her and Roxy could be that Kevin Nash and Shawn Michaels from back in the 90s, when they're reigning terror over people. And so, and you could probably at some point probably put a mid card title on him, have Raquel go after, the women's United States Championship or the women's Intercontinental Championship. I mean, they are tag team champions. So, former, sorry. I mean, like I say, everybody show up at anybody's shows nowadays. So it's like brand exclusive stuff is almost null and void now. So I mean, she end up transferring to SmackDown and go after the United States Championship for the women. So I think she's right now she could be tag team mid cardish a champion, but world champion not so much right now. But I do agree with you. The talent is always there, but she's constantly improving and showing her worth on the main roster. So yeah.
All right, we get to our next segment, which is the return of AJ Lee, and it had been over a decade since she has been on Monday Night Raw. And oddly enough, she came out wearing the Women's Intercontinental Championship that she stole from Becky Lynch after Friday night's SmackDown. And I mean, the crowd was fantastic during this. They were hot. AJ talked about her career leading up to now and what she was doing in her time off, talking about her mental health and how she went to therapy, to which everybody in the crowd started chanting therapy, which I thought was kind of a cool thing. But anyways, as she was doing that, she said what really got her frustrated was that Becky kept running her mouth, and even as she said she was motorboating her husband, so she knew she had to come out and give Becky a receipt. So anyways, Becky Lynch finally comes out. She was supporting a black guy that AJ had given to her. AJ challenged Becky for her championship, to which Becky, of course, declined. That got Seth Rollins to come on out, and Rollins, trying to be peacemaker, which sounds weird with him being a heel, basically just said, listen, just give it back. Nothing, like, we won't do anything, or like, let's just not go there. But AJ, of course, being defiant that she always has been, keeps messing with Rollins, and Rollins finally starts laying into her before CM Punk comes out, and a challenge is laid out as Rollins is running away that AJ and Punk take on Seth and Becky at WrestlePalooza, to which Rollins in anger accepts. Becky was not happy about it. She was very upset, and that was the end of that. It was a longer segment, probably our longest segment of the night, but it's worth it. Come on, it's AJ Lee. We needed a long segment for her.
Oh yeah,
like she deserved this. See your thoughts on this segment, which was, in my opinion, perfect.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, he had to get the follow up from Friday Night SmackDown after the return. So some words needed to be said. We knew that this was going to be, the result of her return. Getting the tag team match. Personally, I would want the titles to be on the line, both titles. But it may not happen. Who knows? Adam Pearce may just spice it up and go ahead and make it for the championships. So not too much to add on to it. I think, it was good to have AJ Lee give her promo on Monday Night Raw. She spent most of her career on that show. And so I believe in her thing with Punk kind of started on Monday Night Raw when she was the GM for a hot minute, and And then the whole love triangle with her, CM Punk, and Daniel Bryan.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some good times. Can't forget about the Dolph Ziggler angles too. It was a lot. She was involved in a lot of good feuds, a lot of good storylines, and so I'm just glad to have her back. Man, she's aged gracefully. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you leave a toxic environment and you just live your life and go take care of yourself. Things turn out good and you age pretty good. So that's what AJ Lee has done, and it's good to see her back. So can't wait for this tag team match. It's going to be fire. So yeah.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. All right, so now we go to our next match, which is, believe it or not, an IC title #1 contenders match that was made backstage when Penta and Rusev both were arguing with Adam Pearce about getting a championship opportunity. So Pearce said, perfect, you both want a championship shot. You're going to have to earn it against each other. So what turned into Rusev just completely dominating, Penta got his momentum back, and it was pretty solid. And then after the commercial break, the New Day and Grayson Waller came out, caused a distraction on Penta, and Rusev picks up the victory with his kick. And I'm not mad that Rusev beat Penta. I'm not mad about that. It's the way it is, because what's the end game again? Once again, I question a lot of the end game stuff right now in WWE. What's the end game with the New Day and Penta? It's just been so confusing with all these distractions that are coming in, that of rivalries that are just being drug out.
Yep.
And they don't seem to have an ending to it. I know we joke about Seth and Punk, the rivalry going on for 5 more years, but at least it's
at least there's interest and intrigue there.
Yes, exactly. I have no more interest in Penta and the New Day going at it. I don't. I'm intrigued with what they're going to do with Waller if Theory eventually comes back. I know he's been hurt, so when he comes back, I am intrigued with that. But
yeah,
if we're talking just New Day and Penta rivalry, I have no more intrigue with that, unless this leads to Rey Fenix coming back over to Raw to team up with Penta to be the Lucha Bros. I don't see any other thing here. So Rusev will be facing Dom Mysterio in the future. They have not said when, but he is the new #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. See your thoughts on this match.
The match itself, I will say I didn't really care too much for it, especially when New Day is interfering. It's almost like, damn, are they going to interfere in every luchador match? Dang, what are we doing? It seemed like every time there's a luchador trying to get ahead, it's we can't let you get ahead, big dog. No. And so it's just they bring a comedy to it, but I just feel and then, oh God, no. Virgil is here.
Hi, everybody. Hi, guys.
Oh boy.
Hello, Mr. Virgil. How's it going, sir?
Not bad, man. Not bad. Just wanted to pop in real quick. Just see 2 of my favorite people in the whole wide world, man. Just wanted to see you guys say hi.
Hey, what's up, Virgil?
Nah.
Even when you're not booking champion, you still hijack shows, huh?
Brother, I wouldn't hijack. I just wanted to come say hi. Is it against the law to say come say hi?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not.
Okay.
We're happy to see you, my brother.
I am calm and mellow. The weight of the booking world title is not on my shoulders right now. But when I get it back after WrestlePalooza, though, it's gonna be one. Speaking of, I don't know if you guys have covered this yet, but I did want to jump in and just get your thoughts on this one topic. Jey Uso is literally turning into Roman Reigns 2020, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it. Like his thought process, his movement, the way that he's rolling and the way he's thinking right now is all about how to keep his family and how to keep himself on top. And he wants that World Heavyweight Championship back. And if he does it as a heel, I probably will love it even more.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw it before SmackDown in Chicago. Obviously, WWE shop gave away that AJ Lee was returning, but on the stands out, the T-shirt stands outside, you could see somebody posted a video showing, you had your Cena one with the Chicago Cubs variant. You had CM Punk. I think there was a Styles or maybe even a Rhea Ripley. I can't remember, but they got to a Jey Uso one and it said Yeet TC. But nobody said anything about that. I'm like, are we not going to talk about this? Like, this is a new shirt that I don't think people should be knowing about. Like, they pretty much just gave away what the end game is, which is fine. That's fine.
Sure.
I'll go for that. I'm for it right now. But I find it very interesting, like you said, Virgil, that he is going the 2020 Roman Reigns route.
I think it's an interesting twist on it, honestly, because I don't know if it's just me, but when it comes to the Usos, we think back to like the Uso penitentiary days when they were a heel, when they were like running stuff on SmackDown, like
lockdown. Everybody lockdown.
Like that was one of their best runs. The feuds with the New Day and the Street Profits, they had a run, so when they are heels, they're like among the best of them, and the promos too. So I think now I say strike while the iron is hot, turn Jey heel, have him feud with LA Knight, and because obviously I think that's going to be the match going into probably after they do. I think they'll probably have a tag team match with against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. But after that, I think now you probably have the feud with him and LA Knight and get the full heel run going. But yeah, I think it's a good idea to turn them heel now. I mean, the face run was cool, but I think now it's time to switch it up a little bit.
Somebody got to turn heel on Raw. You can't have them all.
You can't have a whole roster face. Yeah.
Outside of Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, everybody else's baby face is getting along. Like, no, somebody got to turn heel. And Jey Uso heel turn, it's pretty. It'll be pretty legendary, I think.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Well, that's all I wanted from you guys. Just to say hi and tell you I missed you. I watched the show Sunday night. Thanks. Very hard for me to do. I see you personally, and I was hoping that we could keep it behind closed doors, but I guess everybody else wants to hear this also. So here it goes. Tank. I acknowledge you as the new booking world champion. Congratulations. I am coming for my belt. Like Batista after he lost to The Undertaker at WrestleMania 23.
Oh, God.
I want a rematch. I want a rematch.
Congratulations. I want my rematch, and then just leave the ring. It leaves the ring. Cue the music.
Damn right. And it was crazy. It took Batista forever to beat him,
bro. Like he did not win it back for like
ever to beat the Undertaker, bro.
Because he had to win it at what was it? Breaking Point or Taboo Tuesday or whatever it was. Because they had,
it wasn't even the same year. It was like 2 years later by the time he started getting his win back, because it was when he went bald. But like he ended up winning the belt back, the strap back from it was because that was after Booker T.
Yeah, because he won it back. And then, because he got injured, remember? He got injured, and then he came back, beat Booker T for it. Series. Yeah, and then he had the feud with Taker. Yep. And then they were going back and forth, and then I believe that's when
Mark Henry got involved in the cage match.
Back. Yep. Mark Henry came back.
Edge cashed in the Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's who I was thinking of. Edge.
Yep. So yeah, he didn't win it. Yeah, he didn't win it again. He didn't win it again until like
Edge had a chokehold on that thing, bro. He had a chokehold on that world title. When he got rid of SmackDown, he married Vicky and all of that stuff, bro. He kept winning the damn world championship. Then he lost it. Then he went over to Raw. He got traded back over to Raw. Then he came back to SmackDown again and started back winning the world championship again, bro. It was crazy. Crazy time. Sorry, I digress. I totally think you guys show off the Rockets here. My apologies. Tank, Brooklyn World Champion. Appreciate you. Appreciate you two guys. Great show. Fuck you guys for making fun of me yesterday, but hey, all right. Peace.
All right.
See you, Virgin.
See you, man. Oh
God. All right. Well, we have two more matches to cover here. I'm going to be honest. This one, nothing to go home about. It's Nikki Bella versus Asuka. Asuka pretty much squashed Nikki Bella. And good for Asuka. Good for Asuka.
Yeah, good for Asuka. Oh yeah.
She made Nikki tap out. Yeah, that's all. That's all.
I ain't got nothing to add either, Coach. I'm glad it happened. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that was the quickest match of the night, and it lasted like 2 minutes.
Yep.
All right, so now we get to our main event, which is LA Knight versus Bronson Reed, and as we are developing this rivalry with LA Knight and Seth Rollins' group, it was Bronson Reed who stood up and said, "Here, I'll take on the fight right now." Obviously, Braun Breaker outside in the ring. And as LA Knight was kind of controlling the pace, Breaker got in, and then Bronson Reed started taking over. Breaker was still delivering cheap shots, and then Knight got his comeback. A couple of good spots there, but it was late in the match that Breaker once again caused a distraction, and then Bronson Reed hit the Death Valley driver to secure the victory, or as he calls it, Jagged Edge. Not bad. Not bad.
To me and you.
Meet me at the altar in your white dress. We ain't getting no younger.
Right. See, this is why me and Coach are always on one accord, because we like some of the same music. I love it. Oh man. All right, but yeah, go ahead, Coach.
Okay. So Bronson Reed gets the victory. And of course, after the match, it was a beat down. Then Jimmy Uso came to the ring and started helping out LA Knight. And then Braun Breaker hit a spear on Jimmy. Jey Uso then came out and he started fighting to help out Jimmy. Braun Breaker hits another spear on Jey, but then it was LA Knight with a steel chair hitting Breaker and Reed and getting them out. He helped Jimmy to his feet, saying, okay, like, hey, thanks, so we're good and everything. And then all of a sudden, Jey Uso comes in with a spear on LA Knight, to which the crowd started booing. And Jey responded by telling his brother, "Hey, we good now." So kind of like what Virgil wanted to bring up about the possibility of Jey becoming the new Roman Reigns, and what we talked about, and how he is more out for for himself, for his family, and getting revenge. And it is very, very nicely tying into the next chapter of the Bloodline saga. Who cares what inning we're in with this saga? Like, if you're going to keep giving us good storytelling, I'm in. But
Yep.
overall, pretty solid Monday Night Raw. A couple of low spots, but also a couple big spots. Obviously, AJ Lee returning, Jey spearing LA Knight. So give it a solid B for the night. See your thoughts on the main event and your final grade for the night.
Main event was pretty solid. I'm glad that it didn't result in, the same group, the same combination of folks fighting it out. At least Jimmy's involved in this now, and there's an interesting twist on the situation, especially with Jey Uso sparing LA Knight. We knew the tension was already there, and so now it's just building even more. Like I said earlier, strike while the iron's hot, turn Jey heel, and see how things play out. He was the right-hand man for Roman, like when all this started, 2020. He was the first one to feud with Roman for the championship. And then he eventually joined on as the right-hand man, and then eventually became main event Jey Uso. So if anybody was primed to be this, like the next in line to be a tribal chief or whatever, it's Jey. And so I think, it's cool. I'm glad we had the Yeet movement and everything, but I think we're probably about to see a shift. And we might get I don't know if he's going to keep the theme song. I hope he does, because it's still fire. And I'm still be doing Yeet. I'm still be doing it. But I think, now, like, is definitely, you always want to keep reinventing yourself. You always want to keep evolving. So I think with him, I think he would probably want to take on this challenge of being a heel and see how things can play out, because who knows. It's a slippery slope though, because you turn heel, but it don't always work out, because people still gonna cheer for you. You still gonna get more cheers than boos, and then now you gotta really dig deep down to like get some heat.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know how much heat Jey can really get at this point in time. Yeah, I know he got booed, but that anybody can get booed. The heat, can you get some heat, like true heat, where the crowd, everything before you even say a word, a syllable, the crowd is booing, like how they do Dom right now. Like, I don't know if Jey can get that. We shall see. Only time will tell. I mean, like I said, they've been heels in the past, the bloodline and all that. But I think since all of that has transpired, I think a lot of people are on his side now. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't think attacking LA Knight is warranted enough. Warrants a lot of heat.
Yes.
So LA Knight, he has a big following, but not big enough to where the crowd be like, man, fuck you, man, you attacked our guy, blah blah blah. Like, now if he attacked somebody, I'm trying to think who would be. Man, like if he attacked John Cena, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, or something like that.
Then they're gonna lose their minds.
Yeah. So, but nah, I think they gotta really dig down deep, and really get creative with this heel turn when the time comes for it to actually happen in full force. So, but yeah, I give it a solid B for the show. We getting closer to Timu WrestleMania, and so we'll see we'll see how everything plays out. I don't think all the matches have been announced yet. I think we still got more matches coming up because we got another few weeks before the show. Because it's at the end of the month, right? Towards the end of the month.
It is next. So not this coming Saturday, next Saturday. So it is coming up pretty quickly.
Okay. So yeah. I think they got a lot to figure out. I think they got some big names, a lot of big names, on the card. So I just say, for a show like this, and it's in Indianapolis, is it at the Field House or at Lucas Oil Stadium?
That is a good question. Let me look that up real quick.
I mean, I know they just went to Lucas Oil Stadium, and I don't think this is big enough PLE for them to be back at Lucas Oil Stadium.
Right. Yeah. So this will be at the Field House.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why I was thinking. I was like, yeah, it may come off as a big time event, especially if it's new. But I think a Field House is a pretty decent size. Yeah. Like I've never been to the Pacers games, but like just from what I've seen, like watching the games on TV, like, and I know they just had like a renovation not too long ago. So like that arena is pretty huge. Mm-hmm. So they'll have a fair amount of people in that arena for sure. And so I think it'll be a nice little spectacle.
So looking at the card right now, we have 4 matches for sure confirmed. There is speculation that 2 more matches might be added on. We're not. We have Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Championship. We have the Usos versus The Vision, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. We also have our mixed tag team match, which is CM Punk and AJ Lee versus Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And then we also have John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. That is currently listed as a normal singles match. There is speculation that a stipulation is going to be added, possibly a last man standing.
We're far removed from a regular match between those two guys.
Exactly.
Like history has shown, we're very far removed from that. Brock Lesnar's first match back after returning to WWE in 2012 was a Extreme Rules match. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, yeah, we can't have a regular match between these guys. No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, so Cena will be on Monday Night.
It's not like we're going to get like a full-on match how like with Cena was doing it.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Cena will be on Monday Night Raw
we're not
next week, and I'm assuming that is when the stipulation is going to be added. Actually, Brock Lesnar is going to be on SmackDown on Friday. Okay. I just remembered that.
Yeah.
So
I think we these two guys we just too far. We too far into it, man. I think they gotta have a all fire match, and they're at their age. We can't expect them to put on like an actual regular like wire to wire match, just regular matches. If it was just like all technical and all that, no, it's got to be all out brawl, war, like what you would expect from these two guys. So yeah, we'll see how it plays out. But yeah, solid show for the most part.
All right, everybody, that is going to wrap it up for this special Tuesday edition of Monday Night Raw Dog. For Big Daddy C, I am Coach. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to all of our content here at the We Book It podcast. And, of course, remember, everybody, FKU. Good night.
Peace, everybody.